Coming to you live from the JRE Tobacco Aladino Mobile Studios, it's the Cigar Pulpit.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another sermon from the Cigar Pulpit. I'm the Villiger Cigars Nick, and as you might be able to tell from my nasally tones, I have come down with a headache. Yes, it was bound to happen eventually. My child, who, you know, like all of you with children know, attends school, and well, those schools are petri dishes, and they concoct all sorts of different chemical and biological, in this case, biological warfare. And he came home with something last time I had him. And, you know, I just kind of chalked it up to the kid's got a slight cough and sneezes every once in a while. But no, by God, right before Thanksgiving, it decided to go into a full-on head cold. And so I am dealing with that. So, yeah, such is life. I'm powering through the magic of the Quill brothers, day and night. I'm managing, but yeah, we got that going on. So, but that means I'm going to be smoking a relatively stronger cigar here today, as we do another Ask the Pulpit show. And so today I will be smoking the Camp Aladino Corona gorbusto, featuring it's a 4.5 by 60, featuring a Honduran Corojo wrapper and undisclosed binder and filler, coming to us from the fine folks at Aladino. And as we prepare to cut the cigar, the official cutting is brought to you by 2guyscigars.com. That's the number 2guyscigars.com. Two Guys have been around for 40 years, and they are the trusted name in the cigar industry. Everybody knows Two Guys. But if you don't, please give them a try. You won't be sorry. Family owned and operated, 2guyscigars.com does the very best to provide a great selection, fair prices, and excellent customer service. So head on over to 2guyscigars.com for your next cigar purchase. Tell them that the Cigar Pulpit sent you. And remember, that's the number 2guyscigars.com. And with that, it's time to go ahead and cut the cigar. Oh my gosh, guys, what a flippin' day. Coming to you here from my cold ass garage. It's gonna get much colder here. Like we're looking at snow. I am not prepared mentally for the prospect of snow. It's just not something that I wish to deal with at this point. It's too early. But yeah, I got snow on the way, and I'm not happy about that. But it's cold. But I got the heaters going, and that's good. You know, we're gonna power through this, and we'll make it work. Yeah, you know, we'll make it happen. So, anyway, let's go ahead and listen to the greatest commercial that we've ever heard while we light the cigar, and then we will come back and we'll get right going with your phone calls.
Some say cigars are all the same. It's just not true. It's you I have to blame.
Well, I don't know, 'cause what I know, there is a cigar called Aladino.
Aladino Corojo. Aladino Corojo. They say authentic, so we're not confused, while the others say it's a word that's just abused.
I guess that's so, they can't compete. At least I'm sure Aladino can't be beat.
Corojo. Aladino Corojo. Aladino Corojo. Aladino Cigars uses authentic Corojo tobacco from JRE Tobacco. This is the greatest commercial you ever heard.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's just go ahead and jump right into it and listen to some of your questions.
Shall we play a game?
You talking to me? I have a question for you.
You gotta ask me nicely.
Ask me about my wiener.
You got a question? You ask the 8-ball.
Come on, sucker.
Let's get it on.
All right, it's time for some Ask the Pulpit, and you guys can get your calls in by calling the Pulpit Hotline at area code 863-874-0000. That's 864 I lost it there for a minute. 874-0000. And let's go ahead and start with the first caller here, and we'll see what's up.
Nick, this is Dakota. What's up, dude?
What's
you
up,
just talking
Dakota?
about something in this latest. What is it? Where my podcast go? It's gone. How weather impact. That's the one I'm listening to now. Okay, yeah. How weather impacts your cigar smoking. Right? You
Yep.
started talking about Audible. It's the most recent one. I don't know, but you just had a call-in episode, so I don't know how long you're gonna have until another one. But you started talking about Audible, dude, and like you've hit my wheelhouse, man. I'm big into books, but my problem is with a physical book. Once I start reading, that's all I want to do, and I want to skirt other responsibilities, and I have significantly way too many that reading is going to have to become a retirement thing for me. I can't read a ton because it's just I don't want to do anything else, man. But I got some suggestions, or I don't know. You like biographies, so maybe not suggestions, but just things I want to put out there. If anybody's into Sherlock Holmes at all,
Yeah.
the best book or narration of Sherlock Holmes by far was Sherlock Holmes, The Definitive Collection, narrated by Stephen Fry.
Oh,
And when I tell you, man, I'm listening to this book, getting goosebumps on how he delivers some of it is absolutely fantastic. And yes, I am that big of a nerd. For folks that are more fantasy nerds, I actually read, mysteries forever, starting in middle school, and that's all I wanted to read. And then I read Sherlock Holmes at, right before like the summer between high school and middle school. And, dude, no mystery book compared. Sherlock Holmes was just it. So, I was in book purgatory, and I even read a freaking Western. It ended up being a romance novel. It wasn't like a smut book, but like, it was freaking Western. And I was just like, well, let me see. No, didn't care for that. But then I got into fantasy.
Then he found
and
smut
if you
books.
want the perfect pairing of story and narrator, you maybe not, because I don't think you're into fiction books. Like, for some strange reason, my son, who is 8 years old, hates nonfiction, is what I meant to say. But, like, I don't know. It's weird. He only reads nonfiction. He never reads fiction.
okay.
But what is it? Luke Daniels narrates the Iron Druid series, and there is no better pairing of narrator and book in Audible. Then, like, even I'm running out of time. Even what's it called? Star Wars. So Star Wars books are production. In the background, you hear music and blasters and lightsabers when they're talking about battle scenes.
Huh.
Like, even if you don't like the narrator, it turns it into this amazing thing.
He continues.
Yeah, I think I hit that timing perfectly. Maybe not. Maybe it cut off the word go. Anyway, I can't really get into biographies. I really don't care what somebody has, I'm a facts kind of guy, so, like, if I know and can read a short story on some stuff, I will, but an entire book, man, my ADD acts up.
That's fair.
But I will say one thing Audible struggles with is there's books that I read for my profession, right? Like the Green New Deal, I think it's called. Or Nature's New Deal. I think it's Nature's New Deal is what it's called. And that has to be the most complete collection of information how the Civilian Conservation Corps, the CCC, worked. I mean, it is in depth. Like, I've had to read several things multiple times to retain some of it. That's not on there, and it would be really hard to read. There's a bunch of graphs. But anyway, like, the things that I want to read are so niche that Audible does not have them on there.
Huh.
And if they did, it would be like the bargain bin of narrators, and you are correct. Narrators will absolutely make or break the book. Like, my favorite fantasy book is Remedy Fife, he's my favorite author, rather, and he has this McKeamy and Kellogg series. It's like 30 books long, right? And it's several generations worth of stories. It's a whole world, very well put together. It's awesome. But man, I tried to listen to some audiobooks, and I don't know the dude's name, but dear Lord, it was like he was digging my grave at that point and was about to just straight up kill me out of boredom. It was horrendous. Anyway, I talked too long about the same thing. I'm going to let you go. All right, bye.
No, I appreciate the passion. Like, I didn't realize that audiobooks were such a thing for people, but yeah, I've done a little bit. I still haven't really. I'll be honest, with this month has been kind of busy, and gearing up for the holiday and everything else. It's like I've had it, I've done it, but not as much as I'd like. I really plan on diving into it a little bit more here soon, but I will say that what I found is cool, and I do. I love the Sherlock Holmes suggestion with Stephen Fry, because I'm familiar with him, and so that sounds really, really cool. Yeah, I'm not a big fantasy guy. I don't know, for all of my nerd shit, I'm not into fantasy. Like, I've never seen Game of Thrones. Lord of the Rings, I've seen the 3 main movies. I've never seen the Hobbit movies. I don't care about the show on Amazon. It's what it is. I don't know. I don't get into the whole sword and sorcery thing. That's never been my sweet spot genre. And even sci-fi, like going future spaceships and that kind of thing. I'm kind of picky about it. Like, I'm really picky about it. I like my Trek, but I never really got into Firefly or I guess Serenity or whatever. What was it? Serenity was the movie, right? Firefly was the show. I don't know. Yeah, there you go, right there. I can't tell you. So I don't know. I'm very picky about some of my fiction. It's not that I don't like it. It's that I'm just very particular about it. But yeah, I don't know. Nonfiction, I tend to go. I like ones about events. I like ones about historical things. About certain subjects. And yes, biographies. I got to be into the person, though. I can't just read a biography about some random person and be like, "Oh, okay, this is interesting." It's like, no, I got to be into the person enough to get into it. And again, if I'm going to listen to an audiobook, I would really, really prefer that audiobook, if it were a biography, was read by the subject, so that it's them telling you about their life. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll dive into it more, but thanks for the call, man. Appreciate it. Good to hear from you. Okie dokie, moving on.
Hey, Nick, it's Dennis.
Dennis!
From the hinterlands of Western Canada. It has been far too long since I made a call to the pulpit hotline here. See, it was July in my phone, so holy cow. I don't know how that happened, but just catching up on some random episodes here and listening to you and Trey Mac on one of the latest episodes with Trey Mac, and always enjoy hearing you guys talk. Trey Mac sure has an interesting perspective on things, and
That's for sure.
yeah, I'd have to say melatonin doesn't agree with me either. I've tried it. I don't usually need help going to sleep, as my wife will tell you. I tend to fall asleep in public places sometimes, but I think that's from the early mornings. Oh shit, I gotta get out of the way. Oh, maybe this guy will go around. Good, he's smart. On the trail here, just finished checking oil wells.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that, but yeah, no, the only time I tried melatonin was when I had a broken leg a few years ago, and your sleep gets all out of whack, or mine did, trying to keep normal hours, but after a while it just doesn't work, and it makes you feel weird.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to describe it, but the NyQuil thing, I don't try that. I usually go to a bottle of scotch if I'm not feeling good, and if that doesn't work and I'm still feeling crappy, well, I guess I throw in the towel and go to walk-in. See the horse doctor. What else? Oh, the beaver moon. Yeah, I'm going to have to Google what that is exactly, but that would explain why the moon was so bright when I was putting the pups out for their nightly business a while back here. Yeah, Oh, what else can I talk to you about? Oh, God. I should really write this shit down before I phone you.
I understand.
But, yeah, so I smoked a Rocky Patel Cameroon 2003 yesterday. And
yeah.
Man, what a nice, smooth smoke. And while I was listening to you guys here, I've been smoking a Rocky Patel 15th anniversary Toro. It's a box press, which, yeah, you're right. That's a weird mouthfeel with box press.
It is.
They're really good cigars, so I guess
no,
we'll
I
let
know.
that slide. I don't have, don't want to be a cigar snob is what I'm getting at. But, yeah, anyhow, I'll have to catch up on some more episodes here. Yeah, take her easy, buddy. Stay smoky, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.
Dennis, it's good to hear from you, man. I was actually talking with a few people, and they one in particular was asking about you and saying they hadn't heard from you in a while, and they were like, "I hope he's okay." And I'm like, "Yeah, it has kind of been a while since we've heard from Dennis, hasn't it?" And so it's good to hear that you're doing well, and it's nice that you called in. Yeah, dude, there's been a lot going on, and that melatonin is one of those weird things that every once in a while, if I take it, and it doesn't happen every time I take it, but every once in a while when I take it, I do have some really vivid, bizarre dreams, and I don't know if I can chalk that up to the melatonin or what, but man, every once in a while it comes along and just hits, and it's weird, but yeah, I mean, I find it helpful. Some people, obviously, it doesn't help, I like your idea of just like, you just go straight to the scotch if you're not feeling well, and if that doesn't work, then you go to the doctor, but I guess the scotch will do just fine. So, all right, man, good to hear from you. Moving on to the next caller.
Hello, Mr. Miller. This is listener Jay. I don't got a question. Just want to say thank you for giving us a podcast. I work midnights, so I look forward to getting it every Tuesday and Friday. It's kind of nice, just on the spot. Listen to it. It keeps me entertained in my car. So again, just want to say thank you so much for doing this. You put a lot of effort into it, and the pulpit parishioners appreciate it. Thank you. Stay smoky.
Well, dude, I really appreciate hearing from you, and appreciate you offering that up. I'm that's really nice, and I'm glad that I'm able to bring a little entertainment to your car ride as you're working midnights. So, no, that's awesome. I hope you what do you do? What are you doing working midnights? I'm curious. I want to know. So, anyway, good to hear from you, man. Thanks. All right. We got another call here.
Hey, Nick. It's Andrew from St. Louis.
Local boy.
I was just calling to say, hey, let you know what's up. I was wondering, I was just listening to the episode of Smoking in the Weather.
Yeah.
And as you know, we've had here ups and downs the last couple weeks in St. Louis.
Uh-huh.
But I have found that smoking the Toscanos or a similar type, cigar is awesome for the morning smokes. Was wondering more on if you do a lot of that short format stuff in the mornings or the afternoons or the evenings. I know you talked about it a little bit on that episode. Also, I was wondering when you wanted to get together to do an episode. I know we talked a lot about it. Just get back with me. But yeah, have a good one. Stay smoky.
Yeah, man. Good to hear from you. No, I'm around. I mean, yeah, hit me up. We can pull that off here soon, because realistically, I've got the garage set up pretty well with the two heaters. So we're getting obviously cooler temperatures, so I'm it's a continual stress test on this garage. But so far, these two heaters have held up pretty well. So I got that going for me. In terms of the short format cigars, I have some Toscanos I keep in the glove box. I really don't smoke them too terribly often, though. it's a very specific flavor profile that I have to be in the mood for. And or in the case of why I have them in the glove box, I'm desperate for something to smoke, and that'll keep, and it's there. On the flip side, I have plenty of the Villiger exports, and those are really nice for a short little smoking experience. I'll also say, just in general, I don't. Some people get a long time out of a short cigar, be it a Robusto or like one of these Gorbustos, that I'm smoking right now. This Camp Aladino Corona. I'm smoking this thing, and mind you, I'm 21 minutes in on this episode, so I've maybe been at this cigar 15 minutes already. And I'm already to the point I've taken off the one band that says Corojo, and I'm working at it. Look, maybe somebody can get like an hour and a half out of a 4.5 by 60. I'm not going to. So it's all just a matter of figuring out what your smoking speed is and kind of figuring out like how much time you can get out of something. And anything can be a short smoke if you smoke fast enough. So, okay. But I'm curious, man, are you just hitting up lounges, or do you have somewhere like at your house that you've created to, smoke in the wintertime? I mean, because I'll be honest, I have not really been hitting up lounges. I've really been a hermit. I've just been hanging out in the home, in the garage, and smoking here. Realistically, I can't tell you the last time I hit up a cigar lounge to sit and chill. It's been quite a while, to be honest. Yeah, it really has been quite a while since I've done that. And I don't know why. I it's not like a specific thing. It's not that I'm like, oh my God, I'm mad at this guy, or I don't want to do this or whatever. There's none of that. It's just, for me, proximity. The places in Missouri I used to go to, they're not farther away than they used to. I just don't have the tolerance for driving over there like I used to. And maybe that makes me sound like, this old man wanting to stay close to home, but I don't have the tolerance for getting in the car and driving all that way. Also, quite frankly, with the cost of everything, I don't want to pay the gas to go all the way over there and whatever. I have a lot of good smokes here. I don't feel the need to do that. Then, when you're done, you got to get in the car and you got to drive all the way home. And I just don't really feel like that right now either. I don't know. It's an interesting situation. I will say we are getting into the point of the year when the weather starts turning grosser and colder, and there are plenty of times in the winter that I just, even with the heaters in the garage, I don't feel like sitting in the garage. Because even with the heaters, there's still a chill in the air. So I do find let's put it this way. If this year goes like last year, I'm going to be hitting the lounges more regularly, here soon, because there's going to be days I just don't feel like setting up the garage and sitting out here. I just want to just go find a comfy chair, plop down, sit, read something on my iPad maybe, and have a cigar. I've got a lounge 5 minutes from me that's perfectly serviceable. They've got some good cigars. They probably have more cigars I'm not interested in than cigars I am, but I don't own the place, so I don't get to choose what they bring in. They've obviously gone in heavy on a couple of brands that not really my cup of tea, but that's okay. That's all right. It's not that big of a deal. But they have some things that they have plenty that I will purchase, to where if I go by there will be something that I will enjoy, and I will do that. It just means that I'm not going to be smoking around the humidor as much. I'm going to go in, I'm going to buy my regular things from them, and I'm going to move on to the lounge and sit and smoke. It's okay. No harm in that. So, anyway. All right, dude. Well, good to hear from you, and hopefully you had a good Thanksgiving. All right, moving on. We got another call here.
Hey, Nick, it's Danny out of Shreveport.
What up, Danny?
A little thing I wanted to add to Trey Mac's story about the sleepwalking and the crackers. So,
no boy.
You know, there's a fun fact floating around out there. So after Valentine's Day, dentists, they can tell which women have boyfriends because there's like, you know, a little tearing and bruising back at the throat and on the roof of the mouth. I just wanted to point out, you know, when Trey Mac was talking to his doctor about his sore throat and trying to explain the crackers and everything, there's a good chance that doctor was wondering, you know, you could just tell me what you were doing, man. You don't have to make up an excuse for me.
Oh my.
I don't know if Trey Mac or you have ever heard that fact, but well, go ahead and ask your dentist about it. But there's a good chance that doctor that Trey Mac saw was like, brother, you don't have to tell me you're not gay. It's okay.
Oh my.
Anyways, stay safe and stay smoky.
Danny, are you implying that Trey Mac was getting a natural teeth whitening treatment? Or that maybe he was, you know, polishing the silverware or polishing the knob, but the hard way? I'm just wondering. I'm not wondering. You flat out asked at the end. So, wow, Trey Mac, you know, the little cuts and scrapes in the throat there. Maybe you were doing a little bit more when you were sleepwalking than you want to admit. I don't know. It's an interesting question for you to be posed on when you're not even here to defend yourself. I could call you right now, but it's late. It's also Thanksgiving, and I kind of feel like that would be kind of shitty for me to call you on Thanksgiving and ask if you were, you know, puffing on a Peter. All right. Well, we'll just put that out there, and we'll let you respond to that in good time. So, thanks for the call, dude. Appreciate it. Moving on. Next call here.
Hey, Nick. Boots here from West Virginia.
Boots.
Just a quick thought. You used to do an unboxing for I believe it was the coffee company, maybe. I don't remember. It was you used to get some kind of cigar package every week or every month.
Yeah.
And you would do an unboxing, usually smoke one of those cigars. And I guess they're no longer a sponsor, so you don't do that anymore. But
really
what I was
anymore.
wondering is, what if you did that with two guys, with the Cigar Authority Care Package? Maybe you could work something like that out. Or I know they do their own, but maybe if there's another cigar company or something. That was always really interesting, and it also gave an idea of other cigars, too. But just something else, maybe a content filler. All right, brother, stay smoky. Have a great day.
You know, Boots, that's an interesting question. And I guess I'm going to put one back at you and all the other listeners here. And you guys can either call into the hotline, you can message me, you can say so in the parishioners group on Facebook. Let's just put this out there. And I want to preface this by saying I've had no conversation whatsoever with Dave and the fine folks at Two Guys about this. I've had, you know, he may listen to this and go, oh, fuck that. I mean, he may want nothing to do with this idea. But let's just hypothetically say that I were to go to Two Guys and I were to say, you know, my people want a show pack for my show. You know, would you guys, would Two Guys, would you be willing to, you know, be the person, be the supplier, be the place? People can come, they can subscribe to it, you know, from you. I mean, it's less work. There's no postcard, you know, or anything going into it. I mean, because I'm not, you know, the money on that. I don't really. Anyway, my point is, theoretically, I guess it would bring more business to Dave, but, you know, whatever. I just would you? We're not even getting into the finer point details about this. Let's just say that you know, that conversation were to take place, or Dave. I mean, hell, Dave listens to the show. Maybe Dave is going to hear this and he's going to go, "Oh shit." But would you people, you fine parishioners, if let's say there was a show pack? Now I do 8 to 9 episodes a month, so realistically, we're not doing an 8 to 9 episode or cigar, you know, show pack here. I mean, but let's just hypothetically say there was a 4 cigar pack. It was a subscription, a 4 cigar pack every month. And let's say every Tuesday we smoked one of the cigars out of that pack, you know? would you be interested in purchasing and subscribing to such a pack if two guys were to offer it? Would that be something that you would actually do? I don't know. It's a thought. It's one of those things that it's not really my decision. It's my, there's a lot of other people involved, and it's not really my decision. But I guess it's something that maybe if the people demand it, I mean, Dave's not going to be one to say no to, customers saying, take my money. So I don't know. I'm just saying, something to consider, but definitely, it's a thought. I appreciate the thought, Boots. Let's put it that way. Oh, and by the way, I want to thank Boots personally. I have a pack of cigars that I'm sending him as like his thank you for doing the 20 boot McNugget deal. I have some cigars pulled for him that I'm sending him, but he beat me to it, and he sent me a really nice pack of cigars and some really nice cigars in there. And to which I'm like, I don't know why you did that, considering, you're the one who went out and did the whole McNugget deal. I didn't. So, you're the one who did something for me, so I feel like I'm the one that owes you something. But hey, you sent me cigars, and I appreciate that greatly. So, but no, I wanted to thank you publicly for sending me some really, really great cigars, and we'll be smoking some of those. Here's the thing. It's this weird thing. I've had other people that have sent me given me some really good cigars too. Jeff Andreezy comes to mind. When he came through St. Louis, gave me some really, really good cigars. And I've got them. And it's one of those things where I would like to smoke them on the show, highlight them on the show and all that. But I would almost need to do so in an episode either with them or with somebody else, to where, with someone else. I don't want to do a solo show with one, because as you notice, I'm very bad about highlighting the cigar on a solo show, because I've got 8 other things that I'm worried about. And so typically with a solo show, I grab a cigar that, like, I know well, and that maybe I've smoked before on the show or something like that, so that it's there, it's present, but it's not necessarily like at the forefront. So yeah, I don't want to do that, because I don't want to shortchange these really great cigars that you've gifted me. So, yeah, we'll have to figure that out, Boots. So, speaking of which, before I move on to the final call here, this Camp Aladino Corona is fantastic. It's a great little spicy, guy. But it's got a smooth retro hail to it, and I really enjoy it. It's smoking well. I am getting a fair amount of time. I as much as I was saying earlier how I'm smoking it quick, I've been at it now for about coming up on half an hour. I'm about halfway through it, so maybe I will get more like an hour out of it. But it's smoking really well. It was kind of smoking a little quick there for a bit. But what's nice is it does, hang on to the light. I can let it go for a little bit, and it doesn't go out. So that's pretty cool. But be watching, guys, because this version of the Camp Aladino, this little 4.5 by 60, cigars, these cigars, right now they're the Camp Aladino cigars. They're only available to stores that have gone to the farm in Honduras. But then starting next year at PCA, they're going to be switched over into their own line, and then a brand new set of cigars will be released as Camp Aladino cigars. And those cigars for 1 year will only be available for the stores that have been to the farm in Honduras. The Camp Aladino cigars from this year, these little stubby guys, are going to become a new line called Gorbusto, and you'll be able to get the Gorbusto cigars, and you'll be able to try them, and those will be available to everybody, not just the ones that have been to the farm. So it's pretty cool. And so be watching, and if you're sure carries Aladino, but maybe hasn't been to the farm yet, tell them that they need to be watching at PCA for the gorbustos because you want to try them. And then they'll be able to get them in, and you'll be able to try them, and you will love them. So, all right, moving on to the final call here.
Jerry Blaze here.
Jerry Blaze.
Happy Thanksgiving to you and all who celebrate there, except for the Canadian listeners, as it turns out. I would like to just take this opportunity, as it were, to list a couple of things that I am grateful and thankful for this year.
This ought to be good.
Without further ado, I am thankful for you, Mr. Miller, most of all. You are not only my emergency contact, but the voice getting me through the week, as it turns out. Anywho, I also am very thankful for statute of limitations there, Tylenol PM, and the unreliable nature of a rookie police sketch artist, as it turns out.
There you go.
Anywho, but of course, I could not make a list of things I'm thankful for without including that sweet nectar I like to call blackberry brandy. Anywho would like to hear anything that you're thankful for. So stay smoky.
Jerry, it's always a pleasure to hear from you, and I appreciate being the top of your list of things that you're thankful for. Although, for you, I would imagine the statute of limitations and that rookie police sketch artist should go a little higher on the list than me. But that's just, maybe me making an assumption about things going on currently in your life. I talked about what I'm thankful for on the previous shows. I'm thankful for friends and family. I'm thankful for, health. I'm thankful that, I get to, have the ability to sit and yak with you guys about something as simple as rolled up dried leaves and get to enjoy those. I'm thankful that you guys actually listen. I'm thankful for all of you that listen. Thankful for all of you that call in and take time out of your day to call in and talk to me and tell me your thoughts about this, that, and the other thing, and what's going on in your life, and everything else. So I'm thankful for all of you. So guys, thanks for calling, thanks for listening, and I hope you all had a good Thanksgiving. And just so that Jerry, I do know that Canada does do a Thanksgiving. They had theirs on Monday, October 13th. And they have theirs on the second Monday of October, while the United States is on the fourth Thursday of November. The Canadian holiday is a more relaxed, harvest-focused celebration that typically marks the end of autumn, while the American holiday is a major event, often seen as the unofficial start of the holiday season, heavily featuring shopping on Friday and parades. While the main meal of turkey, stuffing, and mashed potatoes is common to both, some side dishes and local traditions can vary between the two countries. So there you go. You get a little bit of Thanksgiving, multinational Thanksgiving information there. So anyway, guys, get your calls into the hotline by calling the hotline at area code 863-874-0000. That's 863-874-0000. Alrighty, let's move on and do this now. It's time for the Villiger Cigars Entertainment Report, brought to you by
Villiger.
Villiger Cigars, one of the leading cigar and cigarello manufacturers in the world, founded in 1888 and still family-owned and operated. Head over to Villiger Cigars. Oh, it did cut it off. .com and check the store locator to find a shop near you that carries them. We guarantee that Villiger Cigars will be a wonderful addition to your humidor and cigar rotation. Well, that was me being an idiot and thinking I could switch between two apps at the same time that I was playing that. And that was incorrect. I could not do that. So I was looking at my list of what I've watched this week lately to get prepped for that. But by doing so, I turned off the drop. Well, personally, I have been catching up on the show Mayor of Kingstown, which features Jeremy Renner. It's on Paramount Plus. It's one of those Taylor Sheridan shows, and Jeremy Renner plays this guy, Mike McCluskey, who essentially he's kind of an interesting. They call him the mayor, but what he is it's an interesting role. So, like, basically, if you have a family member in prison, because there's a prison in Kingstown, and if you have a family member in the prison, and maybe your family member's having a hard time or something like that, you can go to Mike, and Mike can try to work within the system to, fix that problem for your family member. He also works with the cops, and he works with the folks in charge of the prison. And he's kind of like this fixer that keeps this delicate balance of the ecosystem of the town in line, because there's the gangs within the prison. So there's like the Crips, and there's the Mexicans, and there's the Aryans, and there's some Irish ones. I mean, there's various groups. But they've also got guys on the outside. And there's a lot of communication between the guys on the inside and the guys on the outside. And so if, let's say, one of the Crips beats the hell out of one of the Irish guys, well, the Irish guys will send word, and next thing you know, you've got the Irish guys on the outside doing drive-bys on the Crip territory, and vice versa, and whatever else. And so in order to keep calm in the town, Mike kind of works with both the people in the prison and out of the prison in order to make everybody happy and whatever else. Well, there's this whole Russian contingent that's come into play, and it's an interesting show. So they're in the 4th season right now. I'm almost done with the 3rd season, and but I've liked it. It's been good. So I've been watching Mayor of Kingstown. And then I have some house guests, and we were looking for something to watch the other night, and somehow or another we ended up on the first Captain America movie with Chris Evans. And it has been a long time since I've watched the first Captain America movie. And I'll tell you what, that is a really good movie. And it was interesting to watch that, and then we followed it up with the second one, The Winter Soldier. And I'll tell you, those two Captain America movies are some of the best Marvel movies that have come out. And what's really interesting, too, is to watch those and to realize just how bad the Marvel movies have gotten over the years, and how, they've really kind of fallen into this formulaic trap, and they just don't have that thing that they had when they were new. That Captain America was, I think, the last one right before the first Avengers movie. And so it was kind of near the end of that phase 1 period, but they were still new, and they were still doing exciting different stuff. And they were taking some chances. And then the second Captain America movie is by far my favorite of all of the Marvel movies. It's like a spy thriller mixed with the superheroes and this and that and whatever. And it's such a good movie. And man, you watch these new Marvel movies, and they don't have that. They don't have whatever spark was in those early ones. They don't have in these current ones. And it's sad. So, I don't know. It was kind of an interesting thing to go back and watch one of these older ones and to realize just kind of how far the Marvel movies have fallen since then. But I don't know. Maybe some of you disagree, but I haven't been nearly as impressed with the Marvel movies of late as I was back then. So anyway, moving on. It's time to fly high with Blackbird Cigars. Blackbird Cigars offers you remarkable quality using the most delicate and finest tobacco to always ensure that you're receiving unsurpassed cigars. Blackbird Cigars strives to give you undoubted repeating flavor for every cigar you smoke and impressive quality so that you can always expect greatness. Check out their website for a full list of stores carrying Blackbird Cigars and give them a test flight. Blackbird Cigars, can't clip our wings. Alrighty, so we have a bit of a Thanksgiving one here for you. So in 1997, the small town of Laurel, Arkansas, held its annual Thanksgiving festival, complete with a ceremonial turkey pardon inspired by the White House tradition. The mayor at the time, Gene Stinson, proudly posed with Tom, the 30-pound bird chosen as the town's unofficial ambassador for peace for the season. Cameras were rolling, the band was playing, and families crowded around for the heartwarming moment. The bizarre part came immediately after the mayor proclaimed that Tom was a free bird. The turkey launched himself straight at him. Stinson stumbled backwards, tripping over the podium steps, and fell into a table stacked with pumpkin pies. Tom began flapping wildly, chasing the mayor around the stage while children screamed and adults laughed only so hard they couldn't help and intervene. One of the volunteer firefighters finally grabbed the turkey, only for it to wriggle free and take off down Main Street like a feathery outlaw. The chase lasted for 4 blocks. Residents later joked that it was the first time a pardoned turkey had tried to assassinate the mayor. So be like Tom Turkey and stand up for your people. And Blackbird Cigars, and don't let anybody clip your wings. I figured that turkey was, now that he was free, he figured, you know what, this is my time to get my pound of flesh for all those turkeys that aren't getting pardoned on this day. So anyway, Tom Turkey taking it to the mayor. But anyway, guys, yeah. So I'm on the socials on Instagram at the Cigar Pulpit. I'm on Facebook where we have the Pulpit Parishioners group. It's a private group. Get in on the fun over there. I'm on Twitter/X. You can watch this on Rumble and YouTube. You can call into the hotline, area code 863-874-0000. That's 863-874-0000 and leave your comments or questions. And head on over to cigarpulpit.com and sign up for the newsletter. A little pop-up will come up on the home page there when you do that. Sign up for the newsletter. That'll be starting in January. And, we'll go from there with that. It'll be fun. It'll only be maybe 1 or 2 times a month, and it's free, and it will not barrage your inbox with all kinds of emails. I'm not going to send you stuff daily, I promise. The other thing, for those of you who are listening, the Eventbrite link for the Pulpit Fest pre-sale is live. If you head on over to either Facebook or cigarpulpit.com or my Instagram in the bio, you'll find the link to the Eventbrite page where you can purchase tickets. That is live, and you will be able to get in on that. I do know there is quite a bit of interest, believe it or not, this year in attending. So, that's why I'm doing this early, Pulpit pre-sale. So get in on that, and you can get your ticket all secured up for Pulpit Fest, which is happening October 1st through the 4th next year in Palm Coast, Florida at the Ash and Ale. You can get that and get that bought and locked down, and then at that point, you don't even need to worry about it anymore. You've got your ticket, and you're set and ready to roll, and everything's good. So get in on the fun there, and, you can take care of it. Otherwise, I am getting danger close to being done with this Camp Aladino gorbusto. It's good. It is, despite the fact that it's labeled Corojo, you would think that it's going to be similar to the Corojo, the standard line Aladino Corojo cigar, which is, Corojo binder, filler wrapper, and kind of a little spicy guy. This one, it's got a little subtle spice to it, in the wrapper, but realistically, whatever they're doing with the binder and filler, it does mellow it out some. I don't have that super spice kind of component going on, to where the retrohale is harsh or anything like that. It's just a really good cigar. Not that I'm saying the Coraline one isn't, but this one is just, I'd say this one is a little smoother, and to be honest, maybe a little more approachable for a newer cigar smoker than the Coraline Aladino, Corojo. Maybe that's just my opinion, but I guess it all is my opinion. But yeah, I dig it. And in terms of smoking time, I'm at right at 50 minutes currently. So I've gotten right about 45 minutes out of one of the gorbustos. I could probably get another 5 minutes out of this guy if I really worked at it and tried, to where I could get just under an hour with it, which I don't think that's bad. I think that's a perfectly reasonable time for a cigar. And I don't know. That's something I got to train myself for, because like I'm not a big Robusto guy. In that, if you give me the choice between a Toro and a Robusto, I'm not going to choose the Robusto. I'm going to go with the Toro. In terms of this kind of stubby, 4.5 by 60, if you told me, hey, you can have a Toro, or you can have this, which do you want? Well, my mind is going to go to the Toro. I'm going to think, oh, I get more smoking time out of the Toro. I'm going to want that. But what this has shown is that I can get probably close to the same amount of smoking time out of a Toro or this guy. So even though it's shorter in length, maybe it's the 60 ring gauge, maybe it's whatever. I don't know. I'm getting, close to about the same. Because that's the thing. When I look at these cigars and I'm like, oh, well, price wise, it's about the same as this. I don't want to spend the same amount of money. And I think, and maybe it's, I don't know. It's a mental thing. I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, oh, I get less smoking time for the money with a shorter cigar. And maybe I don't, is what I'm saying here. So I don't know. It's an interesting little twist on the thing. But anyway, guys, thanks for putting up with my rambling. Like I said, I'm not entirely in my right mind tonight. I'm on some cold medication and pulling this together. I appreciate all the callers. You gave me some content for this episode, and we're gonna struggle our way through. But I appreciate you all as always. I hope you all that celebrated Thanksgiving had a wonderful holiday, and I hope you don't go too ridiculously crazy blowing the credit cards out of the water on Black Friday. Keep in mind, the Black Friday deals typically are shit. Like, they act like they're good, but in reality, they're crappy products that are put on sale, and they're gonna break within a year, and so that's why there's TVs on sale every single year at Black Friday. Or it's all stuff that you gotta. Do you really need it? Do you really need it? I don't know. I used to be a big Black Friday shopper. I would go out and I'd buy all kinds of shit, and whatever else. But I've really just chilled with that the last, I don't know, I would say 5 years, but it's actually been even longer. Probably more like 6 or 7. But it's one of those things. I don't find that I need nearly as much that kind of stuff. It's like you just don't. It's one of those things where I guess if you have the ability to get a good deal on something and you're like, okay, this is something that I actually have thought about, but don't fall for the impulses. Don't fall for the quick buys. Don't do that. Maybe some of them you might be able to get a good deal. But it is what it is. I mean, I know some cigar shops do a Black Friday deal, but in reality, it's, if you buy this, you get some extra stuff. Well, if you need that stuff, that's great. But like, a lot of them aren't doing discounts on cigars. And let's be real, that's what I want. I want 50% off boxes of cigars. And unless I'm getting 50% off boxes of cigars, which I'm not, but I guess there might be some deals out there. So I shouldn't say there's not. So I guess just, maybe, choose your deals wisely. I guess that's all I'm saying. I'm trying to look out for you. I'm giving you some financial advice. Shouldn't take it, because I'm not a financial advisor. But anyway, whatever. Guys, I'm rambling. I'll talk to you later. This has been another sermon from the Cigar Pulpit. Where in the hell is my button? There it is. I'm Nick. Everybody, stay safe and stay smoky.
it easy, everyone.